Okay.
And turned it off as well. And so,
But the engine wasn't kicking over.
yeah. As soon as I lifted the bonnet and then she pressed it and it worked.
No, I pressed it like a dozen times before
Yeah.
it turned on.
But as soon as I lifted the bonnet, it worked.
You say while it was off, did the radio and everything play it?
Yep.
That tells me it's not the battery.
That's what I said.
The computer thing was on, but the motor wasn't kicking over.
It's like a starter
And
motor or something
it
like
had a
that.
picture of the battery, alert battery picture.
Okay.
But that comes up whenever, I don't know about your dash, but
Yeah, whenever your motor's
Alternator.
turned on,
yeah.
but not running, that's when the battery light comes on. Now,
Doesn't mean it's the battery.
it means that it's not generating electricity because the motor's not running.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, red light, the battery light usually comes on when you get in the car and turn the ignition on. Then once you push the button and start the car, the battery light goes out. Does it go out when you're driving?
Yeah.
Yep, that's, yeah. I'm not sure what the problem is.
I mean, at the time when it was doing that, it had about 20 lights come up on that thing. It was like,
But
it was just like
mine has that.
malfunction.
Every car I've ever owned, as soon as you start the car, all the lights on the dash come
Well,
on.
no, this never does that. What it was doing today, it never does that.
I think if it starts in the morning, you can drive it on to Port McCoy.
Leave it to you.
Oh, leaving it here, okay.
It's full of, actually, we've got to get a little stuff out tomorrow too. It's full of stuff for,
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, okay.
the security system.
Do you have a good mechanic in town I can take it to, or?
Why can't we call the NRMA
Yeah.
and let them troubleshoot it and fix it? If they say, well, it's not covered by road service for a fix, we'll say, take it to a mechanic, and, probably our deputies, so, might not be able to get it in there, or,
Too busy.
yeah. See, at least if you took it to Port McCoy, there is a Mazda dealer in Port McCoy.
Right, so,
So you were gonna go to movies in the morning and then they're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
And I was gonna come back in the night time.
or maybe I could, get it serviced at Mazda this week.
Yeah, well, if you drive it to Port McCoy and then leave it there and say, fix it.
Yeah.
Just they have to book it in.
But, yeah. Well, emergency repairs, that's
No,
Surely
we
they
stopped
got-
there once and we had a problem with our car and they said, oh, we don't have time to look at it.
Well, I can leave it there for a week. It's
Yeah.
fine. They'll have to.
Well, it's Friday night, they won't be back till Monday.
yeah.
Yeah, but they've got all week.
Yeah, PS5 is better, huh?
So I guess we'll take 2 cars to Port Macquarie.
Yep, and as you're coming, don't go to the big roundabout. Take now they won't be there till Monday, so, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. On Monday, I'll just get it in there and
Yep,
I'll leave it there till it's done. They've got a week.
Yeah, if you were going to Port Macquarie from the northern end, go right past it.
Yeah.
Where you're going to Flint's Beach, wouldn't they be going in the south end?
Just put it in the sat nav and you go
yeah, but,
wherever we're going.
yeah, the problem is, it won't be open tomorrow.
No, no.
Yeah, that's
they-
right.
Yeah, take it to the
We can
Twins
take
Beach
it on
till
Monday.
Monday. Yep. And how's things been going in your life?
Busy fixing up stuff at home. The air conditioner's broken. We fixed up all the guttering down the side of the house.
Well, it
It's all been
started with
replaced.
the drainage and then the guttering
was all the same thing.
All the tree roots growing into the
Yeah,
the waters, into the
Yeah,
pipes, and
yeah.
the whole house backed up. So that was
Great.
one problem.
yeah.
Okay.
Then it was the guttering.
Then it was
Okay.
the guttering, which we
Yes.
needed to.
Gotta build the house.
Downpipes, which have been putting off. So anyway, there was a downpipe to nowhere. I think I've shown it to you before. That was beside the pool. So anyway, that's all finally been fixed. And then in that process, meantime, we replaced all the toilets and
Yes.
taps in the bathroom.
Oh, time to sell the house.
Yeah.
All refurbished.
And then the ducted air conditioning blew up in the storm. So
Covered by house insurance?
no, apparently not.
Well, it wouldn't be because it's as old as the house. It's over 20 years old, that thing. It's not really worth anything.
Well, I said, I don't know why things are insured then if it's not covered. I think you should check,
And that,
because it's
and
costing me $12,500.
we're going to get a new one anyway.
Yeah, better for,
If
And
you can
then,
get any rebate, that'd be good.
yeah, and then the side fence is with, what's it?
falling down.
Speaking of which, did you text the guy?
Yes,
Is it with your neighbours or?
Yeah, we'll talk to them afterwards.
just getting quotes.
And then, and the garage door, so we're having issues with
That
that.
whole house is falling down.
Uh,
The house is falling
Fountain
down.
Road.
yeah,
Yeah.
we can get all this done.
I got room up in the paddock.
Yeah.
Migrate south.
Migrate south, yes.
It is an older house that we live in.
Yeah.
But anyway, there you go. And then, look, we're getting
We're
there.
working through it.
Just one thing after another.
Yeah, it seems to be. And so the aircon that you're getting now, can you do different rooms?
Yeah.
Rather
Yeah,
than
we're
all
getting,
on a
we're
roll
getting
off?
8
Yeah.
zones, and one of those zones is gonna be. the
7 out of
garage.
10.
Why?
So we can have a gym out there or whatever.
You don't need
This
it.
is 7 out of
I've
10
never
and
needed
PlayStation is 10
air
out of
conditioning
10.
when I'm working out, but Wendy apparently does.
Oh, you can't even be out there when it's so hot.
You can get, another thing I want to get done too is ventilation and insulation in the roof.
Oh, yeah.
How can you work out when it's like deadly hot in the garage? How can you do that?
Just open the garage
So I
door.
know we parked
We're in
out
just a
at
little
1
bit
in the
now,
morning.
But you can also get insulation on your garage door as well. I've got these ones that you can just
Okay.
stick on the
But
garage
when
door.
we parked out at
Get
1
this
in the
over.
morning.
So yeah, there's, but yeah, we'll be able to, Emily will be,
Emily's getting this over.
we'll have her own,
She's gonna be in the zone.
yeah, so she'll have hers on that. I told her, you can't put it in the negatives, I'm sorry.
Oh, gosh.
But you can control it on your mobile phone, so.
Yeah. I understand she's getting a driver's license.
Well, she, is this,
Did somebody say
well, you said she had her L's and you took her for a test drive or something.
One.
she's had her L since she was 16, and we went for a drive for about half an hour once.
Oh, I thought it was something more
That's
recent.
not the message I received
Well, it
from
was
my wife.
recent. We went recently. It was a couple
Okay.
months ago.
Oh, that's recent, yeah, okay. I had high hopes for a moment, I guess, and I betrayed them to Dan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I even spoke to her just recently actually because she was complaining about her friend being unreliable, about not being able to go up. They're both going to the same place but not being able to get there at the same time. Not being able to get there at a reasonable time. So
But what, a friend, local friend, not a friend in Colorado?
no,
Ray.
No, a local friend. But Emily wants to go at this time, and the friend obviously wants to go at a different time.
So they do.
So Emily had to
There's
go,
no problem.
I'm
and the
excited
friend
for 1
wanted to
o'clock
go.
movie.
Because the
And,
friend's driving.
And Emily's angry and couldn't understand why her friend wouldn't apologise to her. And I said, well, hang on, your friend's doing you a favour by picking you up.
Yes.
You know, like,
I'm going to Sydney tomorrow at 9 o'clock. You wanna go to Sydney tomorrow night?
yeah, but
Oh,
I
no,
want
I
to go
wanna
at
go at 6.
lunchtime. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I
And
understand
so
what you're saying.
you think I should apologise for
Yeah,
not going?
yeah.
when you were, and I said, well, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
She's doing you a favour by
I was
putting
reading
the
you,
loan.
not her.
But I
And-
actually said, I said, look, if you,
I'll
if
just
you
make
get
the
your
house
license,
small.
you've got a car, then you might as well upgrade a car.
And then you can say to your friend, I'm going at 6 o'clock, do you wanna come?
Yeah,
And they can either say yes or, no, I don't wanna go till 9. And you can say, well,
I'll
I'll
see
see you
there.
later.
and it's similar. And the other thing too is, apparently the government have got a thing is that first homeowners grant, what is it, 40%?
What they're coming out with, it's 40%, well, the government's gonna own 40% of your house
Okay,
for first home buyers, so
Until when you die or.
till you sell it, yeah, or till when you
But you-
die,
But
or,
you've got a, you have a full-time job for how long?
well, normal loan rules apply, you'd have to have a job to get the
So
loan,
how do they get their 40% back when you sell it?
when you sell it,
When
you know,
you-
they get their
But
capital
is
gains
there-
as well.
hey, is there 40% annex, like the house, you buy it,
Yeah.
worth
Okay.
100,000, and it goes up to 500,000, they get 40% of the 500,000?
Yes,
Yeah.
they get their share, they're investing in property.
Oh, yeah,
That's gonna make
Okay.
property prices
Oh,
go up
gee, a
big
lot of
time.
people are jumping at
But for people like Emily, like, it can get them in the market if
Yeah.
they can get in,
yeah.
right?
Well, why do they restrict it to just first homeowners? Yeah,
They probably just don't want it to go up too much, they probably just
yeah, they,
wanna just,
you know, I'm gonna go to bed, my feet are hurting me, and, so, I mean, look, it's my bedtime, I gotta go do my tablets, and then I gotta go to bed.
but I said to Emily she'd have to have a job for 6 months to get the loan, because otherwise she would, unless you're working for 6 months, you don't get a loan for anything, that's what the 6 months was about.
But you've got some employment agency that might help you get some.
Yeah, there's an agency which will get paid to get her a job, and the employer will also get paid to get her a job.
Well, you used to get money to hire certain people too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
Incentive
but,
to hire them.
yes,
but the problem is, she can't, without a car, without a driver's
Yeah,
license.
she get the-
Yeah.
yeah, but once you got a job, you get money and you can get an Uber. You know, you just need
Yeah,
the
do
job.
something, yeah.
If you get the job, we can figure it out.
Yeah, that's what I say to them, yeah.
And if it's a